You're listening to the We Are Libertarians podcast network. Find all of our shows at wearelibertarians.com.
Are you a diehard comic book collector?
Or maybe a lapsed fan?
Maybe even someone who has never picked up a comic book in their life. Hi, I'm Remso Martinez.
And I'm Mark Claire. Every single Wednesday at the Second Print Comics podcast, Remso and I take a deep dive into the storylines, character arcs, moments, and events that made us the fans we are today.
Tune in every Wednesday for new episodes available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and wherever else podcasts are available.
Check out more from the Second Print Comics podcast at secondprintcomics.com.
Prepare yourself. You're on the run with Remso W. Martinez.
Welcome, one and all, to On the Run. I'm Remso W. Martinez. Thank you for joining us tonight. We here at the show, we discover new things, explore new topics, and rediscover fun in the process. We've got the Degenerate Panel, -1. Sean of the Military Industrial Complex decided to go off and do something with his girlfriend because he had to, or she would kill him because he spent too much time with us in Wisconsin last week. But we've got the rest of them. We've got producer Derek sitting behind tonight's producer desk. Derek, how's life?
Life's great, RJ. We're here to talk about someone who's very. He played a short part in our friend's life, but he was very important.
Wow, that's a nicer introduction than what I was going to give. I was going to bring up the fact that he's just had shit luck and he's just pissing everyone off this past couple weeks. And without further ado, let's bring the man of the hour, the one, the only, 1/4 Persian Zaid. Zaid, I want to ask you how life is, but the whole episode's basically about life, death, isn't it?
Life, death.
And life.
Yeah, life, death, random boomers yelling at you for some reason or another.
How are you feeling emotionally right now? We're going to give context to everything, but you seem to be in a good mood.
I mean, this past week has kind of been a little wild. You know, I lost a good friend this week, and I'm kind of getting over that, but I also had a strange run-in with an individual while driving.
Let's get into that, because you think that nothing ever really happens right before we record, and that didn't happen this week. I'm grabbing dinner. Zaid and Derek are getting back from whatever they were doing together, and you just can't catch a break. So please tell us what literally happened like half an hour before recording.
Yeah, so me and Derek went out to get dinner at our local kebab place, and then on our way back, we're being the rowdy mid-20-year-olds we are. We're just, having a good time. And, I just let out a yell, like a yelling noise, And
what were you yelling at?
No, I was actually imitating the Coomer meme. If you've seen that is part of the Wojak memes. Just look it up. But
you don't want to let us know what it sounds like?
No, you can look that up yourself. I'm not
sure?
doing that over air. No.
Are you sure?
Nah,
you already did it in front of a bunch of strangers. You don't want to do it here. It's a family show, Zaid. It's a degenerate family show.
Okay.
Still is.
I didn't do it in front of strangers. We were alone at a stoplight, and this boomer in his Porsche Boxster pulled up right behind us, and apparently he heard our little rowdiness episode, and he basically yells, "Shut the fuck up," like really loud, and then everything just goes quiet, and we're like, did that guy just yell at us? And it was like, this dude in his 70s driving a mid-2000s Porsche Boxster convertible. He's like, one of those poor people who try to act rich, just to show off to people, and he's just sitting there, and we're just quiet. And then he just yells out, "Whore!" And then at this point, there are people around us, and they're just like looking over at this guy's like, "What's this dude's deal?" Because these people weren't there in our little screaming episode. So they're just wondering what's the deal with this.
Wait, whoa. There's a difference between screaming and yelling. Did you let out a yell or did you scream?
Okay, so I was going at like 80% volume. So it's just so me and Derek can hear it. You know what I mean? But because my windows were down, and I'm guessing this dude was having a bad day, it triggered him. It was a male Karen. We encountered a male Karen. As rare as they are, we did. And at this point, everyone's just looking at this dude. And when he yelled whore, there's this girl who like drove past with her windows down. So she thought he called her a whore. So she's like slowly cruising by, just like looking back at him, giving him dirty looks. And the light turns green and we keep going. And we turn left at the intersection. He goes straight. And when he passes us, he's like, ass. I'm like, what's
How do you know he didn't
deal?
have Tourette's?
I have no idea, dude.
It's just Cartman.
You ran into like one of the few male Karens out there, other than a grocery store guy who almost gets into a fight. Yeah, you're not that guy. You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
Let's just say with him insulting me, I had a lot of good self-restraint.
Especially with the fact that everyone seems to have been yelling at you at some point this past week. But before we get started, speaking of male Karens, the universe works in a weird way where it aligns us with what we need in life. And what we needed was for you to give us that story for us to dive into our first story of this episode. I have this policy. If a story looks like a fad on the internet for a few minutes, I don't look at it until after it at least shows up, a year later in a meme. And I feel like this one has potential because 2020, as we mentioned a couple Degenerate episodes ago, was the year of the Karen. But, for some weird reason, these bitches just can't stay down. You can't keep a good Karen down. So you and Derek went ahead and brought this up the other day, but you went ahead and shared an article from heavy.com. It reads, Abigail Elphick, Victoria's Secret Karen, 5 fast facts you need to know. And I'll just leave you with this up front. I hate heavy.com. Heavy.com has not been nice to me personally in the past. And I think that they're just fucking cyber bullies. So I'm going into this probably on Abigail's side at the beginning, but let's try and figure out what actually went on. Derek, you want to explain?
Yeah. So this woman right here, like,
Well, I'll be a good Wisconsin night. I need a beer. Okay.
Have you seen this before,
As you
Derek? Or
should.
is this your first time?
this is going to be my first time seeing this.
Okay. Well, I've seen it before. If you want me to explain.
Yeah.
Jump
I'll
in.
just.
Why is she on the floor?
So you'll find out. So basically, this is the first clip. Before you play it, basically this woman who's recording, she was basically standing in line or near like one of the clearance racks of Victoria's Secret, and this woman just rushed past her and brushed her shoulder. And so the lady's like, "Excuse me," right? So this lady, this Karen, turns around and charges at her with a fist motion, and at that point, the lady recording gets all defensive because like, oh, this person's about to attack me. And then the Karen does a complete 180 and just starts crying like she's the victim.
Was she like Dog Lady who was attacked by the Doberman?
Pretty much.
Worse.
The imaginary Doberman.
Worse.
Yeah, the imaginary Doberman.
That's not Doberman.
Does the video show it here?
Yeah, so this first clip shows how it starts.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh God! No, excuse. Now you are. Oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God!
What the fuck?
I never thought nothing like this would happen to me. She just tried to run and hit me, and now she.
Pause.
Did you see her? You saw her, right? They all saw her.
Pause it.
Oh my God! Karen had.
I can immediately tell you what's going through that white girl's head.
She doesn't want to look like the criminal.
What?
The woman holding the camera's black. So
and
now
I actually read she's also Muslim like me.
okay, so she's
That's
double
worse.
fucked. She's this chick is so canceled.
Yeah, she should have just
So canceled.
Yeah, the real strat would have been the second you saw a camera, just like walk out of there like nothing happened.
Am I justifying her about to fight? No, she's a total bitch for that. Should totally deal with the repercussions of trying to throw a fist. But now she's not thinking, oh, I almost unjustifiably assaulted somebody. Now she's thinking, oh God, Twitter's going to hate me and I'm going to lose my job and all this other stuff. Okay, hit play.
Yeah.
A breakdown. She tried to hit me. Ask your workers. She tried to hit me. She tried to hit me. Now I want security for you. Oh my God. Oh my God. You should have thought about that before you did what you did. Oh my God.
This chick has worse problems than just about to attack somebody if she's doing this.
You can just go around here.
Everyone's just trying to go about their business.
Like, I'm not dealing with this.
Don't record me. Y'all got to get security. She charged me. If I wouldn't have ducked, she would. Oh no! You just wanted security for me, right? I want security for you now. No, don't cry.
I'm with camera lady on this.
Thank you. I just came to get my free panty. You know how you get the coupon in the mail? And I got to pick up my Converse boots from Nordstrom's. I don't know why this is happening to me. Yeah,
He's so calm for almost having been assaulted.
Even approach her.
Oh, pause. She's doing it. What did we say last time? And folks, you gotta go listen to Las Vegas Taco Bell Quest, that episode from a few months ago, where the one chick is calling the cops Nazis and everything, and then she goes on the doctors and she's like, "Oh, you see, it wasn't me. It was my mental breakdown." It's the white woman excuse. She's doing everything she needs. Oh, I hate this bitch. I hate her. I hate her.
Yeah, she kind of sucks.
Oh my gosh.
It gets worse.
Tell me this took place in Tyson's Corner. Please tell me this took place back.
I'm New Jersey.
Okay, it's not as fun, but okay.
You scaring me. Like you gotta go postal.
Why doesn't she just get up and leave?
Don't.
Leave, bitch.
Yeah, you're making this worse.
No, why don't she walk away from me? No,
right.
No. We're not doing this.
Why does she just walk away?
Walk away from her? Why don't she get away from me? She could get away. Go wherever you want to go.
Yeah, she's not keeping you here. No, security's not even on you.
Is this the repercussion of cancel culture?
Yeah. She's realizing that she's gonna be canceled. She's gonna be viral Twitter feed.
Oh, she meant to faint? She going down? You going down?
She faked fainting. Pause. Notice
That's
how
fake? It's totally fake. It was just
if you look back at it, she went down like halfway and then she cushioned herself with her little purse so she wouldn't hurt herself going down.
I could totally agree with that. Did I tell you about the one time in my life I like blacked out? I had a severe case of strep my freshman year of college, and what they ended up doing, I had to drive myself to a doctor. They ended up giving me a raw shot of penicillin in the right ass cheek, and I hadn't eaten. And you can't take a direct dose of penicillin when you haven't eaten because it'll send your body into quick shock and you'll just black out. So I went to go, get my discharge paperwork from the nurse at the desk, and I said, "Hey, I'm not feeling great. I think I'm going down," because I felt myself losing my ability to stand. And I blinked, and next, I wound up in a bed in another room. And I'm like, oh my God, like what happened to me? And this nurse comes over. She's like, "You just gonna fell on me." And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, "Yeah, we were just standing there. Next thing you know, you just went, and you fell on me." And I'm like, "Ma'am, I don't remember any of that." She's like, "What was the last thing you think you said?" And I said, "I think I'm going down." And next thing I heard another nurse come around the corner, and they're like, "No, you went, and then you fell on her." So like, when it happens, you're not going to cushion herself like what you just described, Zaid. You're just going down.
Yeah,
you're not in control.
Yeah,
so this is, I could see it now.
Purse to fake faint.
Because you can't fall on that Louis Vuitton. No.
Go to the next video further down the page, Derek.
I want to see if she gets up.
Let's see if she gets
doesn't.
up.
She doesn't.
She's going to stay like that on the floor?
Yeah.
That's a mall floor, Karen. Get up. You can get hepatitis from that.
Yeah, you should leave.
And the thing is, nobody cares.
Yeah.
We've seen so much weird shit over the past year. I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
one right
surprised.
Look at this. It just escalates. Like, so she stops recording, and then this starts.
What the mother freaker.
RJ, does this remind you of the ghost possessions
on the witching hour? No, none were this trippy. This is something else.
You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself.
Oh, she's possessed by the devil.
Can you please stop recording?
Crazy lady.
Stop laughing.
She attacked me and tried to say I attacked her. You cut. Look at this. Get away from me! Oh, y'all better get this lady. You're good at this. Get security. Get the fucker. Get security. Look at this. Yes, can y'all get her away from me? Get her away from me! Oh, have mercy.
Oh my gosh.
You could have left at any time. Nothing is stopping you.
Honestly, so pause.
No, I gotta just check my.
Yeah, all she's doing is making it worse.
Honestly, like, this is hilarious, but I'm dead serious. This is not like the worst thing I've seen at a mall. When I was a mall cop, this happened like at least once a week from people.
Well, see, like nothing. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing, there's no real fight that has occurred yet. She's just freaking out over the camera.
And I mean, the rest of the 7-minute video is her just doing the same thing. And the crazy part is security didn't even come.
Yeah, I don't get why there's no security. I feel like this long, just this.
Well, no, because security came, but they're like, we're not going to do anything because you stepped outside of the store. And so she talked to the real cops, and the real cops wouldn't do anything because it's like, oh, no crime was committed, even though she showed them the video. So now she's suing.
I would sue the mall. I would probably sue the city for negligence.
Yeah.
I would sue a lot of people. And it's really with the mall cops, like they're not that much to blame for not doing much. Obviously, the police later came, but like all you do is observe and report. There's not much more you can do.
Yeah, and like if you read further down, it's like she filed a police report and everything like that, and she's getting a lawyer and everything. But most of these videos are the same thing. If you scroll further down, it has like other facts. Like it says that the lady started a GoFundMe and received $38,000. I'm guessing for
the lady who filmed this.
The lady who filmed it.
I feel like
well deserved.
We should all give $1.
Is it still active?
And here's the thing. So the Karen told officers she wanted the video recorded by Ukenta, which is the victim, to be deleted because she was worried about her job, but police wrote that no arrestable crime had been committed. But she still wants the video taken down.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, there's not a case for that.
And then she also said that Karen said she worked as a teacher's assistant, but the Cedar Grove School District says she is not an employee there.
Oh, this just keeps getting better.
Do you want to watch part 3?
If you want.
Why not? Why not?
Security?
I am. What can I do for you?
This lady tried to attack me.
What can I do for you?
Explore everything. I was over here looking at the. You can ask the workers. I was over here looking at the
pause.
sale items.
Right.
So she came back and she put up.
That guy makes $10.75 an hour. He's maybe working part-time. He gives no fucks.
Makes sense to me. That's why mall cops aren't do shit.
Yeah. She came back and she put an item back in front of me. So after she put the item back in front of me, she begins skimming through the codes like right in my face. I said, "Excuse me." Then she just completely went over to them, asked them to call security, went off. She dropped on the floor. She screamed. She chased me. As a matter of fact, where is she?
Well, I don't know exactly right now who you're referring to.
Here we go.
Is everything okay?
This guy gives so few
I feel in
shits.
danger. No, everything's not okay.
And he's like, I did not get paid enough to deal with crazy Karen bitches.
I had this incident where, we also did parking enforcement because you had to pay for parking at Tyson's. So we do parking enforcement, and we would basically put this giant yellow suction thing over your windshield, and it was like electrified. So if you tried to pull it off, it would break your windshield. So obviously you need to pay your thing. We would input a code on the keypad, and it would come off after you paid your ticket. So I had these two old people come out, Morton's Steakhouse. Morton's is not a cheap fucking place. Morton's makes Ruth's Chris look poor. So they come out Morton's. They're like in their 80s, and they're screaming because somebody booted their BMW. So this old man using a walker is like grabbing it, and he's snarling and growling at me like, I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking kill you. And the woman is crying. She's like, please, my husband has a heart condition, please. And I'm like, ma'am, you have to pay your ticket. She's like, we don't know how. I'm like, on the sign next to the thing that says paid parking right next to where your car is, you call the number. We don't got cell phones. And he's still growling at me, and she looks at him, and next thing you know, what she starts screaming is, please, he's killing my husband. So I'm just standing there. This old man is trying to pull that shit off his windshield. His wife is accusing me of murdering him. And this is another reason why I fucking hate Uncle Julio's. Because you got a whole bunch of white fucking Capitol Hill staffers drinking margaritas at Uncle Julio's, and they're laughing. And next, one guy comes over. He's like, "Come on, man, you gotta have some sympathy, man. They obviously can't pay the ticket." And I'm like, "They can, because I just saw them walk out of Morton's. They're driving a BMW. They didn't want to pay for parking, and now they're lying to get out of a $20 ticket. It's literally all they had to pay was $20, and we would take it off." They had multiple violations. You got that thing on your windshield if you got multiple violations. So he starts calling me a motherfucker. Old man is growling. The woman is crying. And next thing you know, everyone at Uncle Julio's is calling me a piece of shit. So I said, okay, call the cops if you want. And next thing you know, my supervisor came over. He just let them go. And he was like, man, there's nothing you could do in a situation like that. Like, just... What matters is they just fucking leave and they don't come back. And if they do, we'll do this again. But like, it's not worth the scene. I'm like, I totally agree. But like, this is not normal behavior. And he's like, I totally agree with you. And like a week later was when I finally left that job.
Good call.
I was watching this documentary.
Yeah, this guy probably quit shortly after this whole encounter.
I guarantee you he's probably like, I didn't fucking need that job. I could go make $500 right now joining Domino's as a delivery guy for minimum wage.
Tips, baby.
I was watching this documentary earlier, like a few days ago. I saw a clip from this documentary where the greatest generation were talking about the baby boomers. And they're like, yeah, we view the baby boomers as spoiled because they never experienced any hardships in life. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like, what did they get? The greatest economy in the world. Like they got the best of everything. And yeah, they had a couple of wars, but at least they didn't like fuck over an entire generation. Oh wait, they did go on to fuck over an entire generation.
Well,
they fucked over our parents and they fucked over us.
Yeah, just
$105,000 and rising.
Oh, this is very recent. She read this 4 days ago.
In 4 days.
Oh, she disabled new donations. She must have gotten enough money. She was like, I don't want to have to deal with more than what I got.
She's like, oh shit. Honestly, if she was smart, she'd just keep it open and just be like, all right, well, I can hire a lawyer and still have money after the fact.
This is actually a good thing, because if she actually takes legal action and sets an example, then people are going to think twice before acting out in public.
Do you think that this will do that, though? Because how many other thousands of examples across the world have gone viral and people still act like shit?
Because they didn't take initiative. They didn't open up a GoFundMe like this lady did.
Smart woman.
Yeah.
And yeah, what's crazy is if you actually read the article, more in the article, it says that the patrons in the store were defending the Karen and not her, because they're like, oh, why don't you just stop filming her and she'll stop going crazy? It's like she's having a mental breakdown because you're filming her. So just stop filming her.
You see, and we spoke about that a few episodes ago. It's like this behavior is allowed to exist because other people tolerate it. So I totally get where you're coming from with this, but it's like, you've got a sea of dumb people out there, and then you've got oceans of even dumber people that just don't want controversy, so they just want to do whatever they can to quiet down the situation. And, I think the woman, who recorded this, she handled it just fine. I hope she sues everybody, and I hope that she wins. I do.
Thanks. It says, thank you all for the support. The kind, uplifting support words have warmed my heart and lifted up my spirit. Love in this time of need. May Allah bless you all. Amen.
Well, that's nice. Yeah. I would have given her $1 if she didn't disable new donations, but $100K for this. Oh, she's getting
4 days, mind you.
That's almost like $25K a day.
Like she raised that much money in one day. I don't know
what I'm saying. I think if everyone just starts setting up GoFundMe's with the next viral Karen videos and actually, sends lawsuits to these people, they'll stop.
Yeah, like
money talks.
Yeah. Money does talk.
I don't know how much she was aiming to raise, but 105 is quite a lot.
Yeah, she can get any lawyer she wants at this point.
Yep.
Hell, I bet Karen and the mall and other people, I bet they might just settle. They might just be like, "Lady, how much money do you want to go away?" She'll probably make more from the settlement.
If the Karen has a husband, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, how much for you to leave my wife alone? Leave your wife alone. Leave your wife alone.
In the video, it says she's 25. So she probably lives with her parents in
honestly, he's probably
neighborhood.
Let's be real. If she does have a husband, he's probably just too afraid to leave her at this point because he knows what happens if he tries.
She might kill him.
Yes. It's like, can I talk to her alone? And then it's like, yeah, give him hell, honey. All right, listen, I know she's crazy. I fucking know. I just want to pay you. I just want this to go away. She's been bitching at me every day and night. We don't even bang anymore. It's like,
kill me,
nothing, please.
Kill me.
I will pay you whatever you want. Just let this end.
End my pay. Well, speaking of ending pain, let's get to the main topic. And Zed's face just went like a cartoon.
Yes. And RJ, I do want to say this was the friend I was referring to at the beginning of the video.
I know. I just wanted to go ahead and just target Zed a little bit more because after today, I promise we won't bring it up again.
Got it.
Mostly, we will probably still bring it up. I promise this will. But I mean, this is cheaper than therapy, bro. Podcasting is cheaper than therapy.
It's true.
Let's go ahead and just give. Let's walk this through the stages. You guys come up to Wisconsin to have a great time, and on Sunday, Zed gets a phone call from his baby sister. Zed, start there.
Yeah, so I got a phone call from my baby sister, and she says that she got bunnies, like baby rabbits. And I knew it was coming. Like they were talking about, getting pet rabbits like a week prior. But they finally, pulled the trigger on it, and they picked up these two, I think they're like 3-week-old rabbits. And so they sent us pictures, and like every day, every other day when we were in Wisconsin, they used to send like updates on the two brothers and how they were doing.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny for two reasons. One, you hate animals. Okay, and two, younger you, even if you wanted them, there's no way your parents were getting you a pet.
Yeah, I don't hate animals. I just don't like them in the house.
That's hating animals.
Well, I don't want poop. Well, see, I'm too lazy to potty train them, and I don't want to clean up after them.
Most of the time, you don't even have to. Cats usually just come litter trained. Dogs go piss and shit outside.
Well, see, I have no. Here's the thing. Like me personally, I don't want a pet in the house. That's just me. But I have no problems with dogs and cats as like house pets. But I feel like exotic animals like rabbits, I call them exotic.
They are not. I know we talked about this. They're as exotic as goldfish.
Okay, but they require an exotic animal specialist if you want to see a veterinarian. So I classify them as exotic pets. So
That's such a cop out.
yeah, well, anyway, they're
That's
much
like
harder.
Derek in his dating profile. I'm getting into the culinary arts. No, you're just learning how to cook for yourself.
It's true.
They're a lot of work. Rabbits are a lot of
Yeah.
work. Like literally, one rabbit will shit 300 little pellets. Yeah, that's a picture of them. Yeah, so
R.I.P. Mr. Kargosh.
Don't spoil it, motherfucker. Oh, well, the title spoiled it.
It does.
So anyway, so you don't hate animals, but your parents, they obviously love your youngest sister the most. I mean, everyone kind of knows that because she's so adorable and sweet and everything you're not. So of course they're going to get her the two bunnies.
Of course.
Yeah, so I always wanted a pet as a kid that wasn't a goldfish,
Yeah.
but I never got one. And, my little sister, because she's the youngest and the youngest one gets everything, she gets 2 pet bunnies. So.
But she let you name one because she has a heart of gold.
No, she didn't. She's like, they're named Timmy and Tommy, and stop calling them Thumper and Mr. Kargosh.
Whoa, wait a second. This is new to me. You're telling me that she gave them names as their human parent. She gave them names, and you went ahead and just came. That is your slave name. This is your real name.
Well, see, when I was in her presence, I'd call them Timmy and Tommy. And
Derek, suddenly I'm starting to see that this was cursed from even the moment right before. Zed, as soon as you showed us the FaceTime video of the rabbits in your house, there was something in the back of my head was like, oh, this is nice. I have a feeling it's not going to go all smoothly. And then the moment you're like, so the black one is Mr. Kargosh. I'm like, I wonder what that means. Now explain that, and then I'm going to jump in to just add one more thought, and I'll let you continue. Why did you name him that? The black one.
Okay. Well,
I mean, obviously now you name Thumper, and he's probably got a whole crisis because of that. We thought he was Thumper the entire time. Now we're hearing he's fucking Tommy. But no, why did you? Okay, forget that. Why did you name the dark bunny what you named it?
Well, I like the dark bunny because I like the color of his fur, and I just think he looks very aesthetic. And I was kind of drawn to him because he was weaker than Thumper. Thumper was very aggressive, always, hyperactive. And Mr. Kargosh was just very docile, liked to mind his own business.
Very stoic.
Very stoic, And I'm like, I like this guy, And I give Mr. Kargosh more attention than Thumper because it's like this guy needs some help, So I'm going to take extra care of him so he'll grow big and strong. So Mr. Thumper doesn't take all his nutrients and stuff. So I always made sure that he was fed and he had his food and everything. But Kargosh basically is the Urdu word for rabbit. In Urdu, you call a rabbit a Kargosh. And what the literal translation of Kargosh in Urdu, it means soft meat. Because when you eat a rabbit, the meat is very soft.
Okay, I'm going to pause. As soon as you fucking explain that to us, within a day of giving it that name, I call Julianne. I go to my room as you guys are in the main area chilling out, and I'm like, babe, they got bunnies. Yeah, I know, cute, right? Yeah, Zed named one. You want to know what he named it? Here's what he named it. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah. Something bad's going to happen to that rabbit. I don't know how. I don't know when. I just know that if Zed is drawn to that specific one, nothing good can come from this. So I knew something dark was coming. I just didn't think it would be less than 2 weeks. But you've named him. Let's continue. That's all I'm going to say. I knew the rabbit was fucked.
Yeah. So I literally named my rabbit Rabbit.
No, you named it Soft Meat. In fact, actually, no, you named it Mr. Soft Meat.
Okay, but that's what you call a rabbit in Urdu.
Okay, well, technically his name was Timmy.
Yeah.
If you want to nitpick.
It was Timmy, but in our hearts, it is Mr. Kargosh.
Mr. Kargosh.
Mr. Kargosh. It sounds much more cuter than Timmy. Like
Mr. Soft Meat.
Yeah, no, it's like would you say,
sounds like
Timmy?
He's flaccid.
Yeah, it was based off the Animal Crossing characters. Timmy
let's just say a couple days later he was Soft Meat because one morning I keep them on the deck at night so they can sleep outdoors in their little pen, and the night before Mr. Kargosh and Thumper were happy, healthy, playing around, eating.
Zed was literally sending us videos while he's on the deck smoking a cigar of him, like, making little chirping noises at them. Like, we're thinking, oh my gosh, like Zed loves an animal.
Yeah, Zed's a pet owner now.
He's like, oh, fucking bunnies, there's so much work. Look at the bunnies, guys.
They're so cute.
So you put them on the deck.
Yeah, I always put them on the deck every night. They sleep out on the deck in their little pen. And then the next morning when I open the deck door, I see Mr. Kargosh laying on his side. And I thought he was sleeping because normally, actually, no, he wasn't sleeping. I thought he was lounging because generally when rabbits lounge, they'll be on their sides, just like hanging out like this. But as I got closer, I'm like, oh, shit. Mr. Kargosh is dead.
What was the white rabbit, the brother, doing?
Oh yeah, it was really metal. Like this is why I say like nature is like really metal, because like literally Thumper is standing on his hind legs, like in front of his dead brother, and he's literally waving me over with his hands, like look what happened here. And then he's just like showing us like something's wrong with this guy. And then I go and then I open the pen and I put my hands on Mr. Kargosh's neck just to see if there's like a pulse or anything, and he's cold. And I'm like, yep, press F to pay respects to Mr. Kargosh. And I looked up like on the forums and stuff for like rabbit ownership and stuff. I was like, why did my rabbit die when he was seemingly healthy last night? And they say like that shit just happens with young baby rabbits. Sometimes they have like sudden infant death syndrome. And the only way to find out is to, actually get an autopsy.
So I know we're breaking the mood here, but this is kind of how I picture Thumper, like inside his cage, just like sitting there, like yelling to Zed.
Get help! Please! My brother's dying! Get help! Help him!
So Thumper is literally trying to cry out for help because he thinks that his brother might be sick or something, and you're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, pretty much. How
did your sister take it?
Yeah, so she woke up to go to summer camp.
Oh no.
And she's like,
no.
She's like, what's wrong with Timmy? I'm like,
you mean Mr. Kargosh?
Okay, I called him Tommy or whatever. I get him confused. Why she named him Timmy and Tommy? It's so easy to get confused. But yeah, I'm like, sorry, Tommy's dead. And she's like,
that was Timmy.
And then she's like, what? Tommy's dead? And then she starts crying, and I'm like, oh no. And my mom is trying to comfort her, and I'm like furiously on Reddit trying to figure out why Mr. Kargosh
bring this rabbit back to life.
I'm like, hey, my rabbit died suddenly
for my sister.
And so we had to calm her down, and we sent her to school, and then
you still sent her to school?
Well, it was summer camp.
Still? Oh my gosh!
That was my mom's decision. So that's not on me.
It's too bad she wasn't already at summer school when the rabbit died.
Yeah,
I think that would be worse. You come back, okay, where's my rabbits? Where are they?
Well, at least you wouldn't be spending a week at summer camp all sad.
Zed, here's what you do. What you should have said was, he's sick. I'm taking him to the vet. You dump the body. You go to the store. You get another rabbit. And then you bring it back and say everything is fine. When I went to a Baptist Christian private school years and years ago, like elementary school, like kindergarten through second grade. And every classroom had pets, and everyone had to take care of one of the pets. And in first grade, every first grade class had guinea pigs, which are kind of like rabbits. And during like spring break, Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that, we had to Somebody had to volunteer to bring home one of the pets. It's Todd's responsibility. Well, one of my friends, her dad was in the Air Force. They had a whole bunch of animals. So they're like, we'll take the guinea pigs home. So they take the guinea pig home. She lets out the guinea pig to play with it. And her big dog comes over and bites the guinea pig, runs off with it and splits it in half. And there's blood everywhere. So the dog killed the guinea pig. And everyone's just like, oh my God, what the fuck? So her father just comes back from like 2 months of, being somewhere off doing Air Force shit. And he comes back and the first thing he sees is the dog has murdered the class guinea pig and the family's crying and there's blood everywhere. So he goes into action mode. He drives 2 hours to Tucson to a larger pet store because where we were at, a small town, you didn't have that. And he happens to find a female guinea pig that looked exactly like the guinea pig that the class had that was murdered by their dog. So he buys it. It's expensive too. It was like $80, $90 for a fucking guinea pig. They bring it back a few days later. They bring it back to the classroom and he gets a call from the school while he's at work. And he's like, hello, what's wrong? And the teacher's like, sir, is there something you want to tell us about the guinea pig? And here in the background, he could hear screaming and crying. Apparently, the one detail that he left out was the fact that this new guinea pig had red eyes. So what do you think a bunch of young Christian kids at Christian private school thought about their guinea pig who came back with red eyes? Zed, they thought it was possessed by the devil. So he had to go ahead and explain to them, no, she's not possessed. In fact, it's not even the real one. The reason why is because this is a different guinea pig because our dog murdered your actual one. But the moral of the story is at least he tried to comfort the children.
Well, I comforted her afterwards. Well, see, so I went out with my mom and we buried Mr. Kargosh in the back yard.
You gave him a beautiful grave site.
I did.
Yeah,
I dug a really nice grave for him. I gently put him in the grave and said a little prayer for him.
Oh my God, Zed, that's so sweet.
Yeah,
really is
we're
nice.
so proud of you.
We are very proud.
He would go to rabbit heaven and. So then, I covered him up with.
We feel
dirt.
so bad for talking so much shit about you the past week, but please continue.
Yeah, please.
I pat down the dirt and I place a rock and a little twig. So my sister will always know that Timmy is going to be always with us, so.
Okay, you want to know how fucking Zed told us the rabbit was dead? He goes to our group chat
he does.
The one that has like everyone else's girlfriends and fiancés in there. And he's just like, R.I.P. Mr. Kargosh. And we're just like, what the fuck do you mean? It's been like a week, bro. A week. And you're like, yeah, he woke up. Like Thumper was standing over, flagging me down. It was real metal. And I'm just really overwhelmed. And we're like, you piece of shit. What the fuck, man?
How did he die?
What's your sister doing? She's crying. I'm like, why is she crying? Does she know? She's like, yeah, I told her. How? I told her he's dead. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
You monster. You piece of shit.
Yeah,
and everyone's just like dogpiling. It's like, fuck you, Zed. How did you kill the fucking rabbit?
Oh,
I didn't kill him.
And then to top it all off, he's like, we're taking the bunny back to its family.
Oh, yeah. Let's get to this fucking part. So the rabbit he named it meat, soft meat. A few days later, it just fucking dies. Then he looks at his sister and she's like, I have to feed the bunnies now. And he's like, well, that one's dead. So you at least gave it a proper burial. I am genuinely proud of you for that.
Yeah.
Explain what happened next.
That part.
All right. So actually, that morning was very crazy. Right. So I could be like misremembering. I'm not sure who told my sister it was dead. Either it was me or my mom.
You certainly didn't say I have to run to the vet for a few hours.
Yeah. And then just come back with.
Have you never watched TV?
Too.
That's every TV show.
This is my
People
first
do that in real life.
This is my first real pet.
Shut the fuck up.
Give me a break.
No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, you know how kids learn CPR? They watch TV. TV has taught a whole generation of people CPR.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, but
you apparently neglected all the pet shows, and you're like it's dead.
When your little
pulse.
baby sister loves these bunnies, and the bunny passes away, you tell them you're taking it to the vet, and you get Mr. Kargosh too, and you
never say anything about it again.
Say anything. And then you get the vet to perform an autopsy, so you know how he died. So you
don't kill this one.
Anyway, I had to bury a friend that day, and I didn't do it casually.
Okay, so he's buried. Your 8-year-old sister, who's sobbing, is sent to summer camp.
She is traumatized.
Yeah,
what happened next?
She comes back home, and we comfort my sister and everything like that. And I explained to her that Timmy or Tommy will always be in her
Kargosh.
Mr. Kargosh will always be in our backyard.
She didn't want a dead rabbit. She wanted a live bunny for more than a couple of weeks.
It wasn't even a couple. It was like less than 2.
Days.
Here's
I bought a gallon of milk the day you said, "Oh, guys, my sister got bunnies." Between the time I bought that gallon of milk and when Mr. Kargosh died, the milk is still in my fridge.
It was not my fault though, because I was on top. I was literally on top of caring for these bunnies ever since I got back, and I was really OCD about caring about them. I cared more about them than my mother and my big sister were taking care of them when they first got them. They're like, Zed, you need to chill out. We were able to take care of these rabbits before you came, and you're acting like we don't do a good job. Because after I came back from Wisconsin, I was the one taking care of the rabbits, feeding them, cleaning their cages, giving them baths and everything. Yeah, because I like them, and I formed a bond with them. But
the reason why I keep bringing up that Zed doesn't like animals is because one time Sean, who can't be here because he's out doing boyfriend shit, lost his cat. Well, more like his cat just ran out. And this cat has diabetes and shit. This cat is not meant for nature. So me and my brother and Sean's girlfriend Reagan and Sean start running around the neighborhood looking for this. I even so much as called one of my old high school crushes who lives in the neighborhood. And I was like, hey, I know it's been 10 years or something. Have you seen his cat?
I walked around with him too. I tried my best to help him out.
Yeah. And Zed drives by the house. And we're like, oh, Zed's going to help too. And he's like, okay, who wants to grab food? And we're like, Zed, we have to look for the cat. He's like, it's just a fucking cat. And we're like, it's not a fucking cat. It's Doyle's fucking cat. He loves that cat. And all night you're just like, okay, well, it's probably dead. And we're like, that's not how you fucking help someone. So literally the next day, the cat is still gone. And Doyle musters up the strength to still come on and do a podcast. And as we're talking, getting updates because we need him to be chipper for the episode, Zed is just like, God, Doyle, fuck your cat, okay? And we're like, wow.
We're like, fuck no.
The moral of the story is the cat actually came home the next day.
Yeah, he's home.
Yeah, the cat is fine. She's
because they're animals. They know what they're doing. They're born in the wild.
No, that one was born in a pet store.
Was born in a pet store.
It's called animal instinct. They figured it out.
Have you seen? Do you think that cat had an animal instinct? It was like a toilet paper roll with straw legs.
Yeah, that cat
was not meant for nature.
Is not gonna make it. I'm sorry. He's never left Doyle's house.
Yeah, that cat is not other animals would look at it and be like, what the fuck is that thing? So after that, we were like, wow, obviously Zed hates animals.
Like spoiled house cats aren't going to know how to survive. That's the issue.
Have you met my cats? They would not survive outside for a day. A day.
Yeah.
Well, the best way to learn how to swim is to jump in the deep end.
Shut the fuck up. That's why we're all looking at this and we're like, what the fuck happened to the bunny? So
anyway. So my sister comes back home and she's calmed down and everything, and she's playing with Thumper. She's spending time with him and everything.
The lone survivor.
Yeah, lone survivor. And Thumper's happy to see my sister, and she's like, and because he's lonely now because his brother's dead. So Noor drops this on me. I wonder how Timmy died. Maybe he had a bad dream and his heart exploded.
Oh my God!
Wow.
She wasn't even. She was just straight faced. So she didn't blame me. because she blamed a bad dream.
Yeah,
wow.
mentally, she is like pushing that shit down.
She's trying to comprehend. Like this. Okay, this is gonna sound really like out there. Does your sister understand the concept of death?
Well, hopefully this helped her understand.
Oh my God.
I mean,
Does she know what happens when things die?
She knows they go to heaven,
Okay.
and they're with God now.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he has a big open field to run around and eat all the grass he wants.
Okay. So she understands that death is death.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not going on vacation.
He's buried 6 feet in the back. You can go visit him. My God.
Mom, what's vacation mean?
Jesus.
It's when you go somewhere and you never come back.
But don't worry, we got Mr. Kargosh too.
Yeah. Why didn't you get a second? Okay. So I'm sorry. I have so many other questions, but I'll let you continue.
Okay. Anyway.
So she's like, okay, a dream killed him.
Yeah, I get. Yeah. So that's what she told me.
That's just what she's telling you to
something.
save face.
Well, she told me this. So
I know.
anyway, so
That's so metal.
We had Thumper.
Metal.
So I was taking care of Thumper for the next 2 days, and me and my parents were like debating on what to do, because literally all Thumper used to do was literally sit there, and he was always like begging for attention, like more than normal. Because when he had his brother, him and his brother always used to just cuddle up and hang out together. But like every time I used to pass by, I always used to like, play with him, dangle a string in front of him and give him some interaction. But like bunnies are very social animals, especially when they're like really young, and them being isolated without any other of their kind is like really bad for them, because they can get like depression, and like they can actually start pulling out their fur and be really aggressive towards humans. So
Because he's grieving.
yeah, and he's alone.
I mean,
So-
he slept his dead brother for one whole night.
Oh God.
So
That's
basically,
such a terrible thought.
I was okay with taking care of Thumper. But I asked my mom, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to keep him, or do you feel like it'd be better if he was like back like with the breeder with more?
Why wasn't the option just to get another rabbit in the mix?
Well, my mom didn't want to spend the money to get another rabbit, and
How much are rabbits?
it's like $30.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper to get a rabbit than it is to take a family out to dinner. $30. That's a tank of gas.
Still, like
It's like an Iron Age night.
Well, the thing is, my parents. I mean, it's a lot of work.
We spent more money on stupid shit here than it cost to buy a rabbit. It's not like you're like, oh, well, we can see the sudden difference. You had it for less than 2 weeks. It would have been like, okay, just get the replacement. Mr. Kargosh number 2.
Okay, it was a family decision. Okay, so it wasn't me who made the call. I asked my mom, what do you want to do? Because if he's alone and isolated, he's going to have these issues, and I can't be there for him 24/7 because I have a day job. And
You work from home mostly.
Yeah, I do work from home, but I can't interact with them like all the time, because it's just him being alone. It's not, it's not good for him. So we decided.
TV on.
Yeah,
You should have got. If you're worried about money, here's what you do: you buy a female rabbit, introduce it to Thumper. Like a month later, you've got like a dozen rabbits,
But
and
that's
then
the
you
thing,
sell,
we
and then
didn't-
you sell them all.
We didn't want more rabbits was the thing, because it was a lot more than we could handle.
Because you saw what happened when you had 2.
I know, right?
Well, like here's the thing. I'm pretty sure what is it? Mr. Kargosh had like GI tract issues or something.
I did do a little bit of research, and if you don't get their diet, because apparently they've got really like sensitive stomachs and stuff like that, if you don't get their diet exactly right, it can cause blockages.
I think
like,
that's what's
very
happening,
fast.
because when I started feeding them hay, because okay, here's the thing. When my mom and my sister got these rabbits, they didn't do that much research into what actually goes into taking care of rabbits. I did all the research and made sure they got into the right diet, because there's a point where I started feeding them strawberries, and they're like, yeah, we do not like this shit, and they got like kind of like dizzy and woozy. I'm like, okay, I need to look into like actually what rabbits are supposed to eat. And that day I ran to the pet store to get the right shit. so they could actually get healthy nutrition. And Thumper, his body accepted the hay intake perfectly. Like he was shitting bricks, like shit everywhere. And that was a good sign, because it's like a bunny's digestive tract should always keep moving. That's how a bunny stays healthy. But I couldn't tell if Mr. Kargosh was pooping or not, because, it's hard to tell whose poop is whose. So I'm guessing Mr. Kargosh being on a diet of just fruit and vegetables for the past 3 weeks, and then suddenly switching to hay, I think it messed with his GI tract, and I think that's what may have killed him. But the thing is, it's really tough, slowly introducing hay to just one rabbit in particular, because they eat everything you just throw in there. So
yeah,
part of me, I feel like either he just died because it was his time to go. It could have been a digestive issue. It could have been my fault. I'm not sure. But it's just I didn't feel like it was something,
Well, in case you're all wondering, I just looked up how long do rabbits live, and it's about 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, 5 to 10 years is more than like 9 days.
Yeah. That's typically how long they live for.
Here's the thing, though. I got no space like in that. Like once it grows to full size, like we didn't know where we're going to keep it.
Is it a tiny rabbit pet breed, or
those rabbits can get large?
Like they get big. Like the thing is, like another concern of mine is like we were planning on keeping it in the backyard once it was fully grown, but I also was talking to some people. It's like you gotta watch out because there are foxes in this area who will come and eat your rabbits. And
all over the neighborhood. They take cats in Little Rocky Run.
Yeah,
so it's like
if we thought Mr. Kargosh's natural death would have traumatized, nor
that's
the fox would have really
that's
done it.
That's the thing. It's like what I didn't want, because one, I know my parents for sure weren't going to allow this rabbit to be in the house. Another thing is I'm not going to keep a fully grown rabbit in a tiny cage, because that's cruel. I want him to roam around. The only option I have is in my backyard. The risk in my backyard is if a fox eats it, that rabbit my little sister grew will find it guts strewn across the corner.
Like the guinea pig.
Exactly. It's like, so I kind of I had to weigh my options. Like, I think it's better for Thumper to go to an actual environment where he can actually grow and live a healthy life instead of being in an environment that's not right for him. And my family made that call, and I think it was the best thing to do for Thumper. We were thinking about my sister, but we were also thinking about Thumper too. What would he want?
So was Nora okay with all this in the end?
Yeah, in the end, she understood, like, yeah, Thumper should be with his own family, and, it's what's best for him, and, Thumper shouldn't be lonely and stuff like that. So.
Oh, tell us what happened when your mom returned him.
Yeah, so when we returned him to the breeder, there were only 3 bunnies the breeder had left, and they're all female. So the mother rabbit the same day that Thumper, or the day before Mr. Kargosh died, his mother got eaten by a fox. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And
this family is not lucky.
This is like a Tarantino film.
And the dad got sold to other people because the dad just got too big, and he was just like, there's no mom anymore, so what's the point of having a fully grown male? So they sold off the dad to someone else. So it's just him and 3 other, honey bunnies. So basically, when my parents brought him to the breeder's home, literally, he got super excited to see other rabbits. And literally, my mom picked him up and put him on the ground. And immediately he ran, and he literally jumped into the water, like the water bowl, and water just splashed everywhere. And then 2 other buddies just ran and jumped on top of him.
Because they were part of the same litter. So they were like, brother, you're back.
Exactly. So they're all like, cuddling, and, they're all happy and stuff. So,
brothers, I must tell you the tale of my humans.
Capture it. So it was in the end, for Thumper is a happy ending because he's back with his brothers and sisters.
Oh yeah, that is a beautiful ending.
I must tell you the beginning of my life.
Yeah,
Now
no.
at my time with the humans.
Yeah, no, Zed tells us this, and he's like, yeah, Thumper seems happy now. And the photos he sent were adorable, but I couldn't leave it be. So we start sending memes of Thumper in like black and white, like, brothers, I have returned from Islamic terrorist captivity, but the other brother did not make it. And then I make another meme zoomed in on Thumper as he's returned. And it's like, as a survivor of Islamic terrorist captivity, I'm asking our elected officials to have our troops remain in Afghanistan until the war is won. That is the only way to achieve justice for my brother.
Only way to achieve justice.
Anyway,
Zed,
I believe
we gave you a lot of shit this week because we all wanted to eventually meet the bunnies and stuff. But honestly, you made the right decision and you did the best you can. Honestly, I think we're all just really happy that we now know that you can love animals.
He has a soft spot.
You have a soft spot.
All it takes a Mr. Kargosh.
How has this experience changed you as a person?
well, definitely, when in the future, God willing, when I get my own place, if I have a big enough basement and it's hardwood, I'm gonna get more. I'll get more bunnies for my sister and have them live in my basement with the hardwood floors and just like pen it off. So at least I'll have like a large environment to run around and play in. Because that's my main concern. Nice. If I'm going to keep an animal in the house, I want it to be as comfortable as possible and as easy for me to take care of as possible as well. And just making sure that they stay outside the house in a little cage is just too much work. And I think it's
cool to have a good life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think an animal should be in a pen or a cage its entire life. And so that's why, me and my family made the decision we did.
Did I ever tell you guys about Diesel?
Good.
Diesel?
Yeah.
Vin Diesel?
So this is like why I have a soft spot for rabbits, because when I was in college, one of my friends, he went to Tennessee to go like hook up with his girlfriend, and she adopted a rabbit, except he was already like a mature male rabbit, but she got him in like a little gerbil cage. And she was just not taking care of him. So he was like, you know what, fuck it. So he woke up the next day, took the rabbit and brought it back to his dorm. And he didn't have a roommate at the time. So I come over one day and I see this fucking adult male rabbit. And I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? And he's like, it's Diesel. It's mine now. And I'm like, we're not allowed to have pets here. He's like, whatever. No one checks my room. We'll make it work. So he kept the rabbit for an entire semester. And here's the thing, and this is what bothered me about it. That rabbit was like growing and growing and growing. What we didn't realize at the time was that it was actually like one of those giant rabbits that like other countries send to North Korea as meat. This thing became the size of a German Shepherd. It was a giant fucking rabbit. And I remember at one point, because I'd go over and hang out with him, we'd play like Grand Theft Auto, and the rabbit would be there. It would sleep with him. It would sit on his lap. They were inseparable. They fucking loved each other. And he would just like run around, and he would just be like, Diesel, I love you. And next, Diesel would jump, and like 1,000 little poop pellets would come out. He's like, you little piece of shit. And it was a beautiful relationship. And Diesel was just fucking big. So eventually he talks with his girlfriend. He's like, you got to treat this animal like a real thing, not just something that looks cute. So they get him a giant, travel cage, which is pretty big. And they take it back to Tennessee. So he lives with her for another semester. We go back, and one night I'm sleeping in the guest bedroom where Diesel happens to be. So I'm sleeping on like this futon. And I'm like, hey, buddy, I missed you. And Diesel's just like huge. And he's just looking at me like, what the fuck you looking at? Like he had an attitude sometimes. He was cute, but like he would kick you a lot. The only person who could pick him up was Wyatt. Like I could, who owned him. I could like pet him and stuff, but he was the only one who could really manhandle this rabbit. So I go to sleep, and I can hear him like hopping around, chewing on shit. At like 3 a.m., I start hearing clonk, 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 clonk. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I could see the cage kind of shaking. I wake up the next day, and the rabbit is right next to my face. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's just like chewing on steel. I'm like, what the fuck? His teeth were so fucking huge and sharp. He ate his way out of the fucking cage.
Whoa.
And I'm just like,
that's metal.
Diesel, what are you doing here, buddy? And he's just like giant. He's like a fucking like small child at this point. I'm like, I'm actually kind of worried. I'm like, is he here to kill me or something? So I get up and like something out of daddy daycare. I hear like the room closing in. I just hear, and I look on the floor, and the floor is covered everywhere, every square fucking inch, rabbit shit. He shit on my clothes. He shit on my phone. He shit on everything. I'm just looking around. I'm like, Diesel, what the fuck? And then I look at the cage, and I'm like, how the fuck does a rabbit get through a metal fucking cage? So next thing you know, his owner comes in, and he's just like, okay, man, you want to go get some food? He looks around, he's like, what the fuck are you doing to my rabbit? And I'm like, I woke up with him like this. And he's like, what the fuck is everywhere? I'm like, look what he did to the cage. So at that point, you couldn't cage the motherfucker. So he ends up coming back, and he's living with him again. And he's like, at this point, he's like, Diesel's like a child. Like, this rabbit is just destroying everything. And I went to his room, and when he was in classes, Diesel was allowed to just kind of roam around. Diesel destroyed everything. So one day there's random room inspections because it was a military school, and they look in his room and they just see Diesel like in the middle of the floor looking up at the guy like, what the fuck you want? So they call Wyatt, and they're like, dude, like, why the fuck do you have a rabbit here? We can kick you out for this. It's a big offense. And he chewed on all the cables and shit. Here's what he does. He falsifies letterhead in a letter from the zoology department at Auburn University, saying that he has taken part in a study over the domestication of small animals. So much so that he had somehow made several other accounts using a auburn.edu a mail address to correspond between like this professor, this doctor, this billionaire who's giving a grant, and a secretary. And he just brings it here. He's like, yeah, apparently the rabbit's like state property or something, so you can't just get rid of it. And they let him keep the fucking rabbit. So fast forward 2 years. Wow. Diesel is a giant fucking animal. He would send me photos of Diesel like hopping around and like beating up dogs and shit like that.
Are you sure Diesel wasn't like a military experiment or something?
I think something was up with him, because I remember asking him, I was like, where did your girlfriend get this fucking rabbit? And they're like, man, I don't know. She just showed up one day. So Diesel is like huge and like bigger than like full size dogs. Like Diesel would like beat up dogs. That rabbit was amazing. And then we didn't talk for a couple of years. And just recently I drove down to North Carolina to see him, and I was hoping to see Diesel. So I'm like, hey man, where's Diesel? And he's like, Diesel died, man. And a part of me just dies. I'm like, how'd he go? And he's like, you don't want to know, man. I'm like, did he go out like a warrior? He's like, no, he stayed with my parents, and my brother's giant bulldog rushed into the house one day. Diesel got out of the cage because he liked to fight. As soon as Diesel got out, the dog done bit his neck and flung him around the room, and he was dead in a minute. And I'm like, did he at least put up a fight? And he's like, no, he was dead on impact. And I'm like, what did you do? And he's like, I done buried him in the backyard. I'm like, wow, it's not the death he deserved, but man, yeah, that's the end of a legend.
That is the end of an absolute legend.
So with you and Mr. Kargosh, it just brought up memories of me and Diesel playing Grand Theft Auto, hoping I didn't lean on his shit and that he wouldn't kill me in my sleep. Thinking that he would just live his giant ass bunny life beating up dogs, only to be killed as he was just waking up from a nap.
Wow. Diesel sounds like an absolute unit.
He was an absolute unit. Like, that bunny was just testosterone and dick. I'm pretty sure he didn't get neutered. But yeah, As Vin Diesel would say, there's always room for family. And I think, Zed, I hope that, obviously you did everything right. Don't feel bad for anything. I think you have room in your heart for more pets in the future because they bring out the best in us. They really do.
Don't let your first pet death stray you away from having those in the future.
Yeah.
It hurts.
It does. It does. You remember my cat Phoebe, the black and white one? Zed would come over to the house and she would just jump on him and start licking him. It was kind of weird because she didn't do that with anybody else.
I didn't know you guys yet. I'm pretty sure because I don't know.
It was like mid 2000s.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever met my first dog, Nikita.
No,
no, she was a sweet black lab. She lived her life. She just had very bad medical problems, allergic to almost everything, pretty much.
Oh.
And just we had to. I'll always remember the day they put her down because, like, my uncle, like drove me around while the rest of my family went to do the deed because I don't know. I was like 12 and I really want to be there.
Man, your uncle is so much nicer than Sean's uncles who were just dead, abusive, dead, and somehow leaving money behind.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I did was I started researching bunnies and stuff, and I started looking at bunny stuff because I'm thinking about Mr. Kargosh, who looks so adorable and happy with his brother, and I'm remembering Diesel, and I'm crying in my beard. I'm like, my God, I need a bunny in my life.
I do have to tell you guys one thing though. Real fast.
Okay. Yeah, you tell us in the group chat. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to return Thumper home to his family. Juliana was almost like, I'm gonna take the rabbit. I'm gonna drive down and get the rabbit. And I'm like, no, don't do that. What were we about to say, Derek?
So I have to tell you. So, like, one thing that's sad but also really funny is because my parents told me this after the fact, after they put Nikita down at the vet. So they gave Nikita the drug that supposed to put her to sleep gently, right? They do that. The nurse walks out and Nikita's not falling asleep. She's running around happy as can be because they just gave her treats and stuff and other things and she's just running around and they're just walking again. She's like, how is she not asleep yet? And they're like, what do you mean? And it's like, she should be out. Why is she not out? And her liver had failed so bad it did not process the drugs to actually take her down. So she was still alive for longer than she should have been because her body was incapable of processing the drugs that were supposed to put her down gently.
Oh, that's hardcore.
I wasn't there to witness it, but they told me about it and I was like, damn.
That's a good way to go, I guess.
Yeah, no, she was very happy because they were kind of spoiling her in the last moments, giving her all the treats and stuff.
Oh, holy shit! Well, anyway, I got all bunny nostalgic this week, and I was just trying to understand more about bunnies and nature's. Zed, what you encountered was a good, Disney story of how to process death and make adult decisions. But those rabbits at least got up. Well, now knowing about their mother getting eaten by the fox and then the big dad getting taken away the next day, that's kind of hardcore. But bunnies don't live great lives most of the time. So I found a bunch of YouTube videos that are really going to show us the alternatives of what could have occurred if things had gone really bad. Derek, please.
Yes.
Any thoughts before we get on to this part, Zed?
I think this is exactly how Thumper looked like when standing over his dead brother.
Okay, pit play.
Hey, this a real ass rabbit right here. This is a real homie right here. Look, homie done passed away, and he ain't leaving his side. Hey, homie, I know it probably hurts, bro. We gotta get out the road, G. Get out the road. I know. Damn, homie. Oh.
He's moving the body off the road.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
It's no.
Just know I didn't do it, G. Man, I'm sorry, homie. Fuck, bro. Damn, you ain't leaving your homie side, bro? Oh, man, that's sad, G. Fuck, that's sad. Oh, what you doing? You humping the nigga? God damn it.
All right, that didn't happen.
He started I'm lucky.
All right. Thankfully, my rabbits were way too young for that.
Okay.
That makes it sadder.
Oh my god! I was watching that video. I'm like, that's loyalty. Like loyalty is known throughout all living creatures. And what the fuck is he doing? Oh my god!
Should we explain to the audience what just happened?
Oh yeah. So the guy moved the one dead rabbit sibling off the road, and then as you know, he was talking. The other rabbit goes over and like sniffs his dead friend, and then he starts humping the corpse. You want to play that last couple seconds there?
Homie, fuck, bro. Damn, you ain't leaving your homie side, bro? Oh, man, that's sad, G. Fuck, that's sad. Oh, what you doing? You humping the nigga? God damn
Nature makes no fucking sense. Okay. Okay, next clip. And this is all in honor of a life taken away from us.
It is.
Too soon. Oh,
so what's this next clip?
This next clip, Derek, you've seen this. You want to explain it?
Yeah, just the meme of the female Twitch streamer.
Oh, so you got this chick who's watching a
sad.
scene from The Last of Us, and apparently she's going to react to the scene where a bunny comes out. So let's watch it.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
The bunny came out of the hole and immediately gets shot by a hunter.
Hey, in The Last of Us, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay, third
Kargosh.
clip. Okay, and this is a wild situation where, you know, we all wonder, are we gonna go out the way that we want to go out? And, you know, I think it was Matthew McConaughey's dad. He said, kids, when I die, it'll be making love to your mother. And ironically, Matthew McConaughey's dad, before he passed away in his late 60s, had finished having sex with his mom and then immediately had a heart attack. So sometimes,
you know, mom?
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey's dad was having sex with Matthew McConaughey's mom.
I heard Matthew McConaughey was finished
No. I was talking about Matthew McConaughey's father. You get your head out of the gutter.
I wasn't paying attention.
I know, right?
Freaking degenerate. Okay. Anyway, we can all hope that maybe we can go out on our own terms. But things work out in a similar way for this little guy. Got a male rabbit and a female rabbit in the pen. He's going over, about to get his game on. He's going to town.
Oh my God, he's so fast.
He's a machine gun.
Whoa. Oh. What?
What do you think happened, Derek?
He just fucking died. He had a heart attack and fucking died.
Yeah. What a legend right there.
What a legend.
He literally came and his heart blew up.
He blew his heart, all right.
Yeah, he sure blew his heart. Go to the next one. Now, here's the other thing. Apparently, among small rodent-like creatures, there's a situation where when some mothers give birth, their animal brain kicks in and causes them to do crazy things, such as become cannibals and eat their own children. Now, this is a hamster in a cage owned by a couple of kids, and they were so excited to see the hamster mom and its babies until they showed up the next day.
evil ass fucking little thing eating his friend. Don't hit me, Bob. We try to fucking put this.
Oh, pause it. Okay, so I was describing a different video. Apparently, this cage of hamsters, they're all male hamsters. One just died, so his friend came over, and instead of humping him like the rabbit, he's eating his friend.
Yeah, and the rest of them are just freaking out.
Look at you over there. Hungry? Why wait? Get your friend.
They're like, get us out. Get us out of here. Get us out. There's a crazy murderer in this house.
Carrying his ass up, bro. You probably killed him. I'll be there. Look at that.
Look at them scramble. He's like, get me out of here.
I'm strong enough.
Why isn't this wheel letting me out?
If I run fast enough, I think we'll create enough velocity to escape this hellhole.
That's the craziest thing. Like, we see these little cute animals and we think they're just full of love and innocence, and then they do shit like this.
Look at that one. He's like, if I get enough speed, I can escape. I can escape hell.
Oh, now his friend joined in. He's eating him too.
Jesus.
Fucking hamsters, man.
Oh, look, he's moving his little arm.
A third one.
This is why I will always go for dogs.
I could never have a guinea pig again. I could never have a hamster, a gerbil. I can't do those types.
That nigga climbed up. Fuck your little fucking.
Yeah, maybe a
mouse,
bunny,
bro,
but not.
No, not that one.
Not
There's
this.
two on a wheel. Okay, yeah, we can end this clip.
That's insanity.
So, Zed, never get hamsters.
More cannibals.
More cannibal hamsters. I don't want to see another cannibal hamster. Go to the next one after this. Oh, that one's still alive.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
They're eating her.
Oh, my God.
No. Oh, my God. Oh, okay, you're done.
Oh, that...
You should, his face is like, kill me.
End it now.
Oh my.
Jesus.
Oh, he's done.
That was rapid.
God. I don't remember sending that video, but somehow that ended up there.
Y'all have ruined my YouTube recommendations forever. I hope you understand this.
The cannibalism and incest.
Okay, my question is why, like, when you're looking up like videos about learning about rabbits, did it all come to like dead, like humping rabbits? I want to know that.
Zed, that's a great question. Derek, play the video. Okay, so this is a pen of a bunch of adult rabbits, also with a bunch of baby rabbits. It looks like heaven. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's cute. Oh no.
Oh, that thing is huge. Pause.
That thing's like
okay. When my friend got Diesel, my friend Wyatt got Diesel. Diesel was that big.
That's Diesel, essentially.
When we got him. He would get bigger. Okay, you guys have seen my coffee table?
Yeah.
Diesel was the size of my fucking coffee table.
Oh, God.
That's how big he got. I am not exaggerating.
I mean, it did take a bulldog to bring him down. So.
Yeah. So, like, this is Diesel when we first got him. This is, like, the biggest rabbit in the pen right now.
Oh, God. Oh, his eyes went red. Are his legs broken?
Yeah, pause it. Yeah, this giant angry ass rabbit went over to a baby rabbit and literally like snapped its spine in half.
Jesus.
That thing's like a week old or something too. And that adult rabbit was just like, fuck you.
Rabbits are scary creatures.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what did you do to her?
Even the dog's freaking out. Oh, he's going back to finish it.
Oh, God, you should have hid. You should have stayed. Oh, no.
The dog is like, go in and stop him. Take out that mofo.
Yeah, get him out of there. Stop filming and get him out of there.
I don't like listening to this.
It's not a good idea after all.
This is bringing back like bad memories.
Trauma. Okay, stop.
They shut up.
Yeah, so like automatically, like, both bunnies ended up way better than that one.
Oh, wait, the video ends and then there's description.
What's the description?
You bit it.
This baby bunny crawled for safety behind the plastic hut and was quickly protected by some of the other bunnies. Recording was stopped and the bunny was carried back indoors.
Good.
He did not appear to be bleeding and no longer seemed to be in pain, but he could not move his rear legs and passed away within a couple days.
Oh.
For some reason, one of the other adult females did not wish to share the exercise pen with these 3-week-old bunnies and tried attacking 2 of them before succeeding in biting and crippling this unfortunate baby.
Jesus. Is that it? Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, we did not see this coming, nor imagined rabbits could ever be so cruel. This even shocked our dogs, and you can hear them in their reaction to the senseless violence.
The dog's like, let me in there, Chief. I'll take care of this.
Hey, why are you just watching this?
I mean, after raising like 2 or trying to raise 2 baby rabbits, just hearing that little baby scream, because my rabbits never made any noises, and just hearing that scream just hurts my heart.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that I don't get about people who are like, oh, animals are just animals. Like, animals don't have consciousness like humans necessarily, but like they live and they feel and they do develop emotions that are very visible. That's why I've always been drawn to dogs. Yeah. Dogs are very intelligent.
That they are.
So are cats and birds. Birds are incredibly smart. Yeah. And the more we learn about animals, the more we learn that they suffer from emotional illnesses like humans do: depression, loss, sadness, anxiety. So when, I some people flag this video for like animal cruelty, but in a way it's almost like, you see, if you ever think an animal is just an animal, like it's not. And that's why like I have a mixed thing about hunting. Like I think hunting is fine as long as you're going to respect the animal and you're going to like eat it afterwards. If you're going around just murdering animals and shit just for the fun of it, I think that's fucking terrible. It's like, if you're going to kill something, eat it. At least be respectful. Don't just waste it. Don't let its life be nothing. Like that's what we're supposed to be. Humans have dominion over animals, but that means we should also take care of them. That means we shouldn't just go around endlessly like being horrible people. So, it shocked the shit out of me. And that was an adult rabbit. And you see all the others, you're like, how could anything go wrong here? And nature's crazy. We have since added more exercise pens and no longer allow other adult rabbits near any young or juvenile bunnies. Man. Okay, is there a last one?
Yeah, there's one more. Oh, wait, no, it's nothing else.
Oh, yeah. No, that was, I know all this is just like, what the fuck did I just watch? But honestly, Zed, it could have been worse. But you ultimately, it's sad it happened, but you did the best you could. Better than those fucking people.
I didn't do it, G.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy that at least Mr. Kargosh died in his sleep and didn't have like a violent death. So I'm thinking,
and his brother was,
there the whole time.
His brother was on his side.
His brother came back from captivity.
Yeah, his brother didn't do what that one bunny did to the body. He was like, you got to help him.
Man, I'm sorry, homie. Fuck, bro. Damn, you ain't leaving your homie side, bro? Oh, man, that's sad, G. Fuck, that's sad. Oh, what you doing? You humping the nigga? God damn it.
Sorry. I actually need to hit the music one more time.
Well, that's all I got. Would you like to give a eulogy for Mr. Kargosh?
Sure. Mr. Kargosh was a good rabbit. He was not the strongest rabbit, not as strong as his brother Thumper, but he always gave Thumper company, and they were best friends till the end. And may Mr. Kargosh be happy in bunny heaven, running through wide open fields, no predators, and lots of hay to eat.
And since then, Thumper has become a Republican. He gets to rebreed the litter. So it may have worked out for him.
His life started tragic, but it ended in harem anime.
Who needs therapy when you get 3 honey bunnies? Well, guys, that's all I've got. Remember, hug your pets. And if you ever wanted to adopt an animal in your life, I think that everyone should make room to accept, one of God's creatures into their lives to make theirs better, but also to make yours better in the process. And fuck hamsters. Hamsters are fucking evil. I'm Remso W. Martinez. Thank you for listening to On the Run. Be safe, be good. Good night.